Welcome indeed. Those playoffs tip off today at 1 Eastern with the Cavs hosting the Raptors. That's the 4-5 matchup out east. Cleveland has taken all 3 playoff series against Toronto, winning 12 of the 14 postseason meetings. The Nuggets welcome the T-Wolves out west for their Game 1. It's the 3rd meeting between the two in the last 4 postseasons. Minnesota won the 2024 conference semis, while the Nuggets won in the 2023 first round en route to an NBA title. Back east for the 3-6 matchup, the Hawks taking on the Knicks at MSG in Game 1. New York claimed the regular season series 2-1 behind 29 per game from Jalen Brunson. Nickeil Alexander-Walker averaged 28 in those 3 matchups for Atlanta. And finally, the 4-5 matchup in the West. Kevin Durant and the Rockets travel to L.A. to take on LeBron and the Lakers. This will be the first playoff matchup between players top 5 all-time in points scored since the 98 NBA Finals when Jordan and Malone shared the floor. Senior NBA writer Vincent Goodwill joins us now to talk about this particular tournament. And we'll start in that West with the LA-Houston matchup. KD popping up, listed questionable for Game 1 after injuring his knee in practice this week. We know the Lakers will be without Luka and Austin Reeves, who are out indefinitely. So what's been LeBron James's message to his teammates ahead of this series?
It's funny you say special message because LeBron says there is no special message. He says, look, get down there, do your job, and rebound. Actually, he says get your ass down there and rebound, considering he calls the Houston Rockets the best rebounding team in the last 25 years. So the old adage, no rebounds, no rings, still applies here, considering the Lakers are already without Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. The odds are stacked against them. They don't want to make it worse by not controlling the possession game.
Yeah, no special message from LeBron, but I have a special message for America. Enjoy watching the King play while you still can, because we never know when he's going to retire. Meanwhile, the Knicks host the Hawks tonight. What more can you tell us about New York's approach heading into Game 1?
Well, New York's approach should be eschewing the one of sacrifice that they've been talking about all season long, and they should be highlighting Karl Anthony Towns. In the 2 games that he's had against the Hawks this season, 60% from the field, 50% from 3, averaging nearly 29 points a game. This is a matchup that severely favors Towns, and the Knicks would be wise to exploit it. It's just that Towns has had such an up and down season. You don't know how the Knicks are going to approach it, but that's a weapon that they should be able to deploy.
Yeah, Knicks seeking their first NBA title since 1973, 5th longest active title drought in the NBA. Vince Goodwill with us on SportsCenter. Thanks, brother.
Playoff basketball is back. A figment of our basketball imagination. Shovels to Mitchell.
Smash, that's and go.
JB, man on a mission.
Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleed just.
SGA step back 3. He's got it. Here comes James, runaway train.
You got that swag.
Welcome to the NBA playoffs.
That is right. Welcome indeed. The playoffs tip off today at 1 Eastern with the Cavs hosting the Raptors, the 4-5 matchup in the East. Cleveland has taken all 3 playoff series against Toronto, winning 12 of 14 postseason meetings. The Nuggets welcome the T-Wolves out west. Minnesota won the 2024 conference semis. The Nuggets won in the 2023 first round en route to an NBA championship in their most recent meeting. Back east for the 3-6 matchup, the Hawks take on the Knicks at MSG in Game 1. New York claiming the regular season series 2-1. JB averaged 29 points per game in those 3 matchups. Nickeil Alexander-Walker averaged 28 for the Hawks. And finally, the 4-5 matchup in the West. KD and the Rockets travel to L.A. to take on LeBron and the Lakers. This will be the first playoff matchup between players top 5 all-time in points scored since the 1998 NBA Finals when Jordan and Malone shared the floor. All right, with that, let's welcome in our NBA analyst, Quinton Richardson in the house here. I want to start with that 4-5 series out west. KD popped up with a questionable injury tag here this week at practice. We know the Lakers are without Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves indefinitely. So if the Lakers are to make this a competitive series, who besides LeBron needs to step up?
Well, it's like Jay Red said, man. All hands are out on deck in this situation. You need everybody, the Rui Hachimuras, the Jake LaRavias, the DeAndre Aytons, They need the whole team, Marcus Smart, everybody to chip in, and they at home, so they get a chance to come out early, hit first, be aggressive, and try and catch Houston off balance and get the advantage because they got to get their crowd into it. And they need all of these other guys. We know what LeBron is going to do. LeBron has done this 20 years. He's going to be LeBron. He needs the help of the others, though.
Yeah, and we're seeing LeBron in the gym early. It's looking like he's gearing up to really be that number one option. Meanwhile, in the East, the Hawks are currently 5.5-point underdogs against the Knicks in Game 1. So what's the QR code for Atlanta to be able to secure this win?
Atlanta has to come out extremely aggressive and hit first. They got to try and do what they can to get these Knicks off balance. The Knicks crowd is going to be crazy. They're ready for the playoffs. They think this is the year. The Atlanta Hawks got to be aggressive, getting to that paint, getting downhill, getting to the basket and applying pressure on the rim and trying to get the stars like Jalen Brunson and a Cat in some foul trouble or whoever in some foul trouble, but they got to be extremely aggressive to start.
That should be a fun series in the East, but I want to talk about what's in store for a team that lost last night. Golden State taking the L, bounced out by Phoenix. Steve Kerr afterwards said, quote, "It might be time for new blood and new ideas," which is kind of crazy. Yeah. If, in fact, Kerr has coached his last game with this Warriors franchise, how, Q, will you remember his tenure there?
Champion. He's a championship head coach. Probably going to be in the Hall of Fame. Won how many, 4 or 5 with him as a coach? Like, to me, that's instant. He's automatically going to be a Hall of Famer. He's known as a winning championship head coach. And for me, I'm from Chicago, so I remember him as a champion, as a Bull as well. So, I mean, congratulations if this is it. I hope it's not. I'm sure that Steph and Dre hope it's not. But, I mean, if it is, he had a hell of a run.
Yeah. 604 wins, in fact, and those 4 titles as the head coach of the Golden State Warriors. Getting ready for the playoffs with us this morning on Sports. What's ahead for their favorite franchise after bowing out in the play-in last night? Steph, Coach Kerr, Draymond taking on Devin Booker and the Suns in Phoenix. Winner gets the 8th seed and a date with the Thunder in round 1. Early, Devin Booker had it going. Gets straight to the rim right here, finishes through contact. Suns up 33-15 after 1. Would there be a Warrior comeback? They are champions after all. Well, second quarter, Kristaps Porzingis turns it over. Jalen Green going the other way to throw it down. Now it's Steph Curry's turn to turn defense into offense. He jumps the passing lane, dribbles up court, finds an open spot beyond the arc, splash. Warriors down 43-36 at that point. Under 2 to go in the second. Al Horford with the miss, but Brandon Pajemski.
Nice tip.
Flies out of nowhere for the tip. Warriors within 5. Under 10 to go. They pull within 2, but Jalen Green hits this crazy fall-away 3 from the corner. Suns go into the break up 50-45 in the third. This is where Green, in the words of our friend and colleague Mark Jones, started cooking with fish grease. Look at this shot from about 34. Bang.
Come on, man.
Green knocking down triple after triple. We go to the fourth quarter. He would not stop. Usually I'm saying wet like I'm Book, but this is good like I'm Green. Ball fake, dribble, release rotation, splash.
He had a night.
Booker not just doing it from beyond the arc. Look at that little running one-legged float shot and from the mid-range. He had a game-high 36. Was awesome in the first playing game as well. Booker also doing his thing. He had 20 points, 8 assists. Suns extend their lead to 99-84. They'd go on to win this game 111-96, but here was a moment late. Draymond Green intentionally fouling Booker. Green then goes to the bench, keeps jawing at Booker. The 2 exchange words. They both get ejected. And, of course, Draymond
Get him out of here.
gets his money's worth. So the Suns are your 8th seed in the West. The season is done for Golden State. Afterwards, the Warriors core reflecting on their time together and what maybe is ahead.
Just appreciating this year, all the years that we've been together. It may be the last time. So just to share a moment was good. I don't know what's going to happen. I still love coaching, but I get it. These jobs all have an expiration date. There's a run that happens, and when the run ends, sometimes it's time for new blood and new ideas and all that. If that's the case, then I will be just nothing but grateful for the most amazing opportunity.
However it goes, you're excited about, or not excited, you're thankful for what we've been able to accomplish over this run. Thankful for an opportunity, hopefully, to put it together, do something again next year. And again, I just want Coach to be able to look at, you know, the situation as a whole and feel like he's the right guy.
All right, let's look ahead, shall we, Scooby? Golden State has some of their core locked in. Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, Moses Moody, and Brandon Pajimski all under contract for next season. The big question surrounding the Warriors this offseason, though, head coach Steve Kerr, he is not under contract, and whether the four-time champ returns to the sideline is very much up in the air.
On to the other playing game, Hornets Magic. Leading up to the game, Paolo Banchero said, Charlotte has kicked our butts this season. And you just check it out. 3 out of 4 games they've lost to them by an average of double digits. Yikes. So Paolo said he needed to be better, and that he was. Attacking the basket, getting to the paint, playmaking, hooking his teammates up, and they responded well. Wendell Carter Jr. dunks it there. An early 10-0 run for Orlando. And then later on, just check this out. Paolo, how you get that pass off? Hits Carter Jr. for the corner 3. He had 10 of his 16 in the first quarter alone. They're up 12. The Magic have been one of the most disappointing teams in the NBA this year.
Scooby.
They were considered a contender in the East, and I think we saw what they were capable of in this game. They led by 22 after the first. Second quarter, Franz Wagner running the break, throws up some airmail to Jalen Suggs. All of his 12 points were scored in the first half. They're up 32 now, final seconds of the half. Ball trying to get some offense going, but you can't when there's a block party going on. Wendell Carter Jr. is the one sending out invites. The Hornets finished the first half with more total turnovers than they had field goals. This is one of the best offenses in the league. Third quarter, Magic up 26. Banchero. Putting dudes on a poster. He had 25, 6, and 5. Magic have the largest win in play-in history at 31. Tim McMahon said Charlotte was going to be a nice little layover for the Magic to Cancun. Well, last night he tweeted, flight delayed. Orlando will look to win their first playoff series against a number 1 seed since the 2009 playoffs when they were knocking off LeBron James and the Cavaliers. Over on the Western bracket, Phoenix advances to face the defending champion Thunder, and per DraftKings Sportsbook, OKC is listed at minus 3,000 to win the series. Currently, the largest series favorite among any team in the play.